My brothers and sisters of Burkina Faso, my fellow Africans, and all those across the world who still believe in justice, freedom and dignity, I stand before you today, not as a man who seeks glory for himself, but as a servant of a continent, a defender of a people, and a soldier in the sacred struggle for Africa's liberation. I speak to you with a heart that carries both hope and burden. Hope because I see in the eyes of our people, our youth, our mothers, our workers, our farmers, our soldiers, the unstoppable determination to rise and reclaim our destiny. Burden because I know that in standing here, declaring this truth, I have made myself a target of those who fear Africa's awakening. Let me speak plainly, for the time of illusions is over. America, France, and certain European powers do not want to see a free and united Africa. They do not want to see us independent, prosperous, and sovereign. They do not want to see us building a future where our gold, our uranium, our oil, our cotton, and our land benefit African children rather than foreign corporations. And because I have chosen to dedicate my life to saving Africa from the grip of exploitation, because I have chosen to unite this continent with my brothers and sisters in Mali, in Niger, in Guinea and beyond, they want to kill me. Yes, they want my blood. They want my silence. They want to erase my name from the story of our struggle, just as they erased so many of our heroes before me. But I tell you today, I am not afraid, and I will return to this land. I am a soldier, and I accepted from the day I wore the uniform that my life does not belong to me. If death comes because I refuse to betray Africa, then let death come, but let the enemies of Africa know this. You can kill a man, but you cannot kill a people who have decided to be free. You can assassinate a leader, but you cannot assassinate an idea whose time has come. Our continent has suffered for centuries under the chains of slavery, colonialism, and neo-colonialism. Millions of our ancestors were stolen from their homes and forced into ships that carried them into misery. Our land was divided, our kingdoms broken, our languages suppressed, and our traditions mocked. Even after the flags of independence were raised in the 1960s, even after our leaders promised sovereignty, the chains were not removed, they were only hidden. They called it aid. They called it partnership. But it was only domination in another form. France left us the CFA franc, a currency that keeps our economies chained to Paris. America and Europe left us the IMF and the World Bank, institutions that drown us in debt and dictate how we must run our governments. And when an African leader rises to say no more, they send their armies, their spies, their mercenaries, and their killers. Did they not kill Patrice Lumumba in Congo? Did they not kill Thomas Sankara here in Burkina Faso? Did they not destroy Muammar Gaddafi in Libya? Each time a leader stood for true independence, the bullets of imperialism were waiting. Each time Africa tried to rise, foreign powers struck us down. And yet, my people, despite all of this, Africa still breathes. Despite their bombs, their sanctions, their assassinations, we are still here. And more than that, we are rising again. I know the threats. I know that even now, as I speak to you, there are those in Paris, in Washington, in Brussels, plotting. They ask themselves, how do we remove Traore? How do we stop this wave of resistance in the Sahel? How do we make these Africans fear us again? They send propaganda, they send bribes, they send infiltrators, but they cannot stop the truth from spreading. They cannot stop a continent of 1 billion souls from realizing that it is rich, strong, and capable. When they say, I must die, they do not mean Ibrahim Traore, the symbol. They want to kill the hope I represent to a new generation of Africans. But symbols do not die when bullets strike flesh. Symbols live on in the songs of the people, in the cries of mothers, in the courage of young men and women who refuse to kneel. I speak to you today not to ask for your pity, but to ask for your strength. If they kill me tomorrow, let every young African pick up the flag I carried. If I fall, let my brothers in Mali, Niger, Guinea, Ghana, Congo, Sudan, and South Africa carry forward the work. If they silence my voice, let 1,000 more voices rise in every corner of this continent, shouting Africa must be free. We are entering a new chapter of history. The era of begging, of submission, of dependence is ending. The era of courage, of dignity, of unity is beginning. But make no mistake, this new era will not be given to us. It must be seized. It must be fought for. And yes, it will be paid for, with sacrifice. That is why I stand here, knowing that death may await me. That is why I look at you today, not as frightened people, but as free people. Because the only chains that still hold us are the chains we refuse to break. Brothers and sisters, Africa is not weak. Africa is not poor. Africa is not destined to be a servant forever. Africa is rich, powerful, and eternal. What we lack is not resources, not talent, not spirit. What we lack is unity, and that unity is what our enemies fear the most. This is why they want to kill me. Not because of who I am, but because of what we are becoming. A people uniting, a people awakening, a people saying to the world, we are Africans, and we will never again be slaves. I speak today with humility but also with fire, because this struggle is not mine alone. It belongs to every African child who goes hungry while foreign companies take our gold. It belongs to every African mother who walks miles for water while foreign corporations bottle our rivers. It belongs to every African worker who labors in mines and fields, producing wealth that never reaches his hands. And it belongs to you, the people of Africa, who must decide here and now whether you will let fear silence you, or whether you will rise with courage to claim what is rightfully yours. I will not betray you. I will not surrender. If the cost of speaking this truth is my life, then let my life be the seed of 1,000 more revolutions.